You're watching FanDuel Sports Network, the home of the Pacers.
Indiana. Man, this place is special. The people here, they live for basketball, and they love their Pacers.
Sid, here's Turner for a 7-3. Nembhard knocks the three down.
For decades, an unbreakable bond has forged between this franchise and its fans. A sense of pride and passion, creating an undeniable, indescribable atmosphere at this arena we call home.
For the money! For the money! 32 for Turner. Here's Siakam. His three. Good!
Our fans are fierce.
And Nembhard gives Indiana the lead. His little shot, good! And a foul! A teardrop in the lane!
And in the playoffs, home court is huge.
And Nembhard puts it in!
Comes up with the steal after he got fouled.
Alley-oop to Chapman, what a haymaker!
With every pass,
Dime, what a dime!
every block,
Oh, the chicken!
every steal,
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
every score,
The emotion of Benedict Mathurin!
we are one. Today, we start a new chapter of Pacers basketball together. This is about us, locked in and loud, on the court, in the crowd, at our house. It's game one of the playoffs. Let's go.
It does not get much better than this. The 2025 playoffs tip off at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The first of 8 games this weekend. A rematch of a highly competitive, extremely intense first-round matchup 1 year ago. Pacers versus Bucks. Milwaukee had the home court advantage in 2024. Miles Turner, Benedict Mathurin, and the Pacers earned the right to have games 1 and 2 in Indy this time around. As much as things feel a little bit the same, so much has changed. Hard to find two teams hotter right now than Indiana and Milwaukee. They were a combined 14-1 in April. Giannis Antetokounmpo did not play in the playoffs last season. He is carrying the Bucks into the postseason in 2025. What an honor and privilege it is to be with you for a playoff edition of Indiana Members Credit Union Pacers Live Pregame. I am Jeremiah Johnson. He is Eddie Gill. Eddie, I want to start with a quote from Benedict Mathurin after practice this week. He said, "This is a moment I used to dream of my whole life growing up, wanting to be in the playoffs." It will be his first playoff game, but whether it's your first or your 100th, you embrace and take advantage of the opportunity in front of you.
Listen, JJ, you understand that these moments don't necessarily come on a every season type basis. You have to come out there and do certain things through the course of 82 games to get this opportunity. Benedict Mathurin, to his point, great to see his dream come true and have an opportunity to play here in this particular moment, this particular platform. Watching his teammates last season get to this stage and having to just sit back and cheer them on, I'm sure he is thrilled for this moment.
Much like for the players and coaches, it has been a long week of preparation for the broadcasters. A lot of work goes into game one, the pregame show. We will properly set the stage for the matchup, this best-of-7 series against the Bucks. It's a series that features two teams with quite a bit of recent history. We'll look back at a recent memorable shot against the Bucks, the Tyrese Halliburton 4-point play in segment 2. And this will be the 45th time for Giannis to play the Pacers. How has his game grown, evolved of late? We'll tell you about his passing improvement later on the FanDuel Sports Network. Time now for 3 things you need to know. The Pacers are 14-5 in their franchise history when they have home court advantage in a series, 7-22 when they start a series on the road. 354 of Tyrese Halliburton's assists have been passes to Miles Turner. The top duo in the East, number 2, is the Halliburton-Siakam connection. And Damian Lillard's blood clot is cleared, but he will not play today, expected to return for the Bucks later in the series.
They thought last year was luck, that we weren't built for this. We always knew what this team was capable of, but this team was built different. Knew the fire in our game and the hustle in our step. Nah, last year wasn't a fluke. It was a warning. This city, this team, we don't need your respect. We take it. And when it's win or go home, we go harder.
Yes, sir!
That gives you goosebumps, similar to the feeling I felt walking into Gainbridge Fieldhouse, seeing the gold out, the shirts on the seats. The Pacers were 29-11 in this building this season. Just 3 losses here after the All-Star break. It's one reason the players are so excited, fired up for the 2025 NBA playoffs.
The playoffs is a way of, presenting itself and making you feel very present and very in the moment.
That gets the fans into it right away.
Electric, so much fun.
This little shot.
We have the best fan base in the NBA. They really know their basketball. They're passionate about how things.
I think playing in the playoffs is a privilege. This is the moment I used to dream of my whole life. Just going out there and playing like, it's do or die. I think this is what I thrive the most.
Getting off to a good start in front of our home court, in front of our fans, that's all you could ask for.
It's a blessing to play in the playoffs, in order to try and win a championship for your team. That's the things that motivate you.
The playoffs give you a totally different type of adrenaline rush to start game. Starting here at home, you got to be ready to go from the jump.
A big part of the playoffs is, getting past that first game, going out there, seeing what you did well, seeing what you didn't do too well, and just taking a sample size and moving on with it.
The responsibility of opening, a playoff series at home, it's a big one. We got to win the first 2 games, and I think we're ready for that challenge. We have a game plan. We got to stick to that. I think we're prepared for that. We've been here before. We've played rival teams. That's why we do what we do. We love, the rivalry. We love competing. Really why we do what we do, and why everybody looks, forward to the end of the year, to playing big games and in front of a great environment. So I'm looking forward to it.
The Pacers got the 4 seed after starting 10-15. They finished 40-17 from that point forward. Second in assist to turnover ratio. You see some of the numbers. The offensive rating good. The defense much improved. And Eddie, to go on a run like this, your stars have to step up. We've seen the best version of Tyrese Halliburton really over the last 4 months.
Absolutely right, and that's exactly what he's been able to do. Step up to the plate, being able to not only just make plays for his teammates, but really showing his efficiency in terms of his shot-making ability around the perimeter, being able to get to the rim, but also doing a terrific job of with his anticipation on the opposite end of the floor, coming up with a number of steals. We've seen his block shots. Those are giving his teammates and his team extra opportunities with the shots on the basket.
The assist numbers, phenomenal. The turnovers, you almost have to watch the games to believe what the box score says. Of course, assist leaders plus turnovers, one number, bottom middle of the screen, is not like the rest. 9.2 assists for Halliburton, just 1.6 turnovers, and steady consistency, productive from day one. The Pacers all-star, Pascal Siakam.
And listen, thinking about when the Pacers made the move last season, about mid-season, it completely changed the trajectory and expectations for this team. Not only just being able to compete, have a good time, have a nice showing in terms of how they play and style of play. It's getting to the playoffs and also having the opportunity to advance. You're talking about a guy who went and won a championship he's brought that same type of approach here to the Pacers.
Very durable as well. Also starting a little celebration dance you hope to see a time or two over the next couple of weeks. In last year's first round, Siakam scored 36 points in Game 1, 37 in Game 2. You see the playoff averages also strong in 4 regular season games this season against the Bucks, 24 points per game. And I mentioned the defensive improvement. They finished the season 14th. You see the numbers since January 1. This is a different team on that end of the floor.
Yeah, JJ, there was once upon a time where we talked about how entertaining this team was and how fun they were to watch offensively and all those types of things, but not necessarily coming up with the results that they would like to see. They took the defensive end of the floor seriously as a collective unit, and that's where you start to see a real change in a team that can compete with the upper echelon throughout the entire league. And it's just being able to sit down in the stance, guard your man, guard the first or second bounce, knowing when to help, when not to help, and being able to get out in transition and play that high-scoring game that we like to see.
Milwaukee enters the postseason having won 8 consecutive games, and in the season series, they do have a 3-games-to-1 advantage. For the season, they are 12th in defensive rating, and for this playoff series, unlike 1 year ago, they will have Giannis, and this is a scary proposition.
Yeah, you talk about a guy who moves the needle, an absolute difference maker, arguably the best player in the game. He's been that for a number of years now, and he's improving his game in a number of ways. He's still the physical force that we've been able to see over the last several years. He's improved his passing. We'll touch on that in a bit here, but you have to account with him with so many different bodies and then still get to their prolific three-point shooters. Big-time multiple effort game here.
You know he can attack the basket, but in 6 of the Bucks' April games, Giannis played and averaged 11 assists in those games. Who does he think he is? Jokic?
Listen, look at this pass here that he's going to make. This is a Tyrese Halliburton-esque pass. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, all these guys who are the elite passers in the game, that's what type of pass that is, and he has been able to make these in a routine fashion. They'll get Bobby Portis back in the lineup. He's a major problem as well, but they surround Giannis Antetokounmpo with great shooters, so you have to know when to help and when not to help. You want to make him see a crowd, but again, I talked about the multiple efforts. See where TJ McConnell is? It's almost impossible to get out there to that three-point shooter. So understanding angles is a big priority here for the Pacers.
You see the last 15 games, the numbers for Giannis against the Pacers in his career: 44 games against Indiana, 24.7 points, 10.1 rebounds. Now, Bobby Portis was suspended for the March games against Indiana, returned over the last week. You know he will bring energy off that Milwaukee bench.
Yeah, he has an incredible combination of physical play, toughness, competitive nature, and also a very nice skill set. You see he has the ability to step out, knock down the long ball. He can get into the mid-range, knock that shot down. They also go to him in the post. Depending on what the matchups are, he oftentimes has an advantage when he gets down there on the box.
Brook Lopez, the 2008 NBA draft, 49 regular season games for Lopez against the Pacers, 6 in the playoffs. You've seen a lot of Lopez over the years against Indiana. So much content, we could have done a 90-minute pregame show. We're jamming it into 30 minutes. We're looking back on that 4-point play, one of the plays of the season in the league. Next. Pacers Live Pregame is brought to you by Indiana Members Credit Union, a proud sponsor of the Pacers for 15 years, letting you know at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Now that we've got to Eastern Conference Finals, the goal is to win a championship.
To be in that moment, it just makes you hungry for more.
Halliburton is going to dunk it.
Bang it on him.
Halliburton's got the ball. Halliburton rises up. Hits the three. Up and through. Siakam throwing it down.
Oh, what a shot.
Walker is going to try.
Step back.
Toppin for three. Siakam for the lead.
The bench erupts.
Tyrese Halliburton will be a busy man today, ranked second in the NBA in touches per game, second in passes per game. Just under 23 minutes until tip-off. Tyrese in the locker room prior to game one. Worth reliving now his clutch corner three to beat the Bucks 1 month ago.
3.9 seconds left. Pacers down 3. Halliburton's got the ball. Halliburton rises. Oh!
This is an out-of-bounds play we've had in for about 3 years.
Yeah, this is Mike Weiner's play right here, the Colts or Packers action. You've seen us run this. Solid game winner. And, yeah, he just got an opening, and he dreams of moments like these. You know, I think it was definitely I think it was a season-defining shot for us. You know, kept him hot, and very momentum around the city, momentum for us.
Crazy game, crazy environment. I tell Drew, he never gives me the ball in this play. Like, give me the ball for once. And he gave me the ball, and it worked. So, appreciate Drew for that.
Halliburton rises. Oh! And there's the whistle. Oh, my goodness! Tyrese Halliburton hits a three and is fouled.
You have got to be kidding me.
Yeah, anybody could have got that shot right there, but it's just perfect timing, perfect place.
In that moment, you're not really thinking about it. You've done that movement, done all these moments in life where you've had to get behind the 3-point line, had to straddle the line. Just everybody pictures being in that situation in life, in their driveway, in their dreams, in their imagination, all those such things. So you're not even thinking about that as much, just focused on getting the right spot and making shots. I was nervous that they would take the foul away. I thought that they definitely were going to. Felt like he walked under me, but
no, I knew it was good. I saw it. I mean, especially when he walked up under him. You know, it was before the play, so that was dope.
Giannis got to put it up. This is for the win, and it's short. And the Pacers hang on to win it as Halliburton delivers an improbable 4-point play. What a game. That was some finish. Wow.
Those remember where you were when type of moments, that Tyrese Halliburton game winner. What will happen in this playoff series? We can't wait to find out. Time for some FanDuel same game parlay player props. So a chance, Eddie, to discuss some players we might not have touched on yet on this program. And one of those under the radar X Factor types is Aaron Nesmith. We're showing him over 12.5 points, roughly even odds here.
Listen, I can assure you he's somewhere on the scouting report of the Milwaukee Bucks because he has been doing major work for the Pacers here since coming back from injury a couple months ago. His perimeter shooting has been fantastic. His ability to read the game has been very good as well. When they run him off the three-point line, he's able to get to the rim. Clutching at late game situations at the free throw line.
10th season for Miles Turner, first game one at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. You know he will be fired up, and you know he is needed to stretch that Milwaukee defense. We're showing him to make at least 3 threes. You get plus odds on this one.
Yeah, another situation where I'm very much interested in seeing the game within the game of chess between the coaches, because oftentimes when Brook Lopez is matched up with Turner, he's having a feast at the top of the key with pick and pop threes.
Kevin Porter Jr. is an X-Factor type for the Bucks. Came over prior to the trade deadline and really changed their athleticism, their ability to get to the basket. Plus 100, so even odds to score at least 11 points for KPJ in this game.
Yeah, extremely well said. Kevin Porter Jr. for me is the guy that you really have to pay attention to, as Giannis will get a ton of attention, but when he is on the floor, he is an absolute bucket getter, so you have to watch him.
If all 3 of these hit, you will get just over 6-1 odds. Nesmith 13 points, Turner at least 3 threes, and KPJ, Kevin Porter Jr. with at least 11. Right now, all FanDuel customers can get a no-sweat same-game parlay bet every weekend of the NBA playoffs. Use your token on a same-game parlay or same-game parlay plus, and you'll get bonus bets back if you don't win. Make the playoffs more on America's #1 sports book. We'll have Eddie Chevy Keys and continue to count you down to tip-off prior to Game 1 at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. The playoffs about to tip off.
The road to the playoffs isn't just tough. It's a gauntlet. You have to earn it. Every point fought for, every moment soaked in sweat, sacrifice.
I got the juice, I got the tools, I got the move, I got the move.
No more talk, no more flash. It's time to separate the pretenders from the playmakers. This is where legends are made. The NBA playoffs on FanDuel Sports Network. And it starts now.
Pacers Live Pregame is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards for all your home improvement needs. And by Ascension St. Vincent, listening to you, caring for you.
Kept alive. Miller. Crowd is silent. Here's Best again. Yes! Providing the room. Del Negro inbounding. Here's Allen. Can he get it off? He does. It is all over.
Good to see fan favorite Travis Best. The Tom Roush historical flashback. We are counting you down to tip off. Just over 13 minutes to tip off on the Domino's Tracker countdown clock. Track your pizza delivery at Domino's.com. Eddie, a lot to think about with this matchup. What are your Chevy keys?
Yeah, looking at today's Chevy keys, the other Bucks, the other guys, the other pros, I should say. A lot of emphasis on what Giannis does, but the other guys on this team are very impactful. Controlled aggression when you think about getting into a playoff series. Control it, but make sure you stay aggressive throughout the entire game.
Aaron Nesmith said this week, keep the main thing the main thing. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. I am guessing we will see a lot of emotions on the court. We can't wait to see what happens for 48 minutes of basketball. Thank you for watching Pacers Live Pregame. Chris and Quinn courtside now.